You don't chase her back, you don't beg, you don't keep explaining yourself, you simply disappear, and that is when it finally hits her. But by then, you are already gone. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button. This channel is for men who are done with games, men who choose themselves. If that's you, you're in the right place. Let's talk about something most men never get to witness. The moment she realizes what she lost. The moment the fog lifts. The moment she understands you were never just another guy. You were the one who truly cared. The one who showed up. The one who stayed when things got difficult. But she didn't see it then. She didn't feel it then. She took it for granted. And now you're gone. This is not about revenge. This is not about making her suffer. This is about understanding female psychology at a level most men never reach. Because when you understand this, you stop chasing. You stop hoping. You stop waiting for her to wake up and come back. You take your peace back. Here's the truth. Women usually don't miss you when you're there. They miss you when you're gone. Not because they are cruel, not because they are heartless, but because your presence does not always create value in her mind. Your absence does. When you were there, you were available, predictable, safe. She knew where you stood. She knew you cared. And that comfort slowly became invisible. She stopped seeing you as a choice. You started feeling like a guarantee. But the moment you leave, the moment you stop texting, the moment you stop reaching out first, something changes. Now you are no longer a guarantee. Now you feel like a loss. And loss triggers something deep inside her. Fear, regret, reflection, emotions she did not feel when you were standing right in front of her. And here's the painful part. She did not lose feelings because you were a bad man. She lost feelings because you were too available, too constant, too present. You gave everything and there was nothing left for her to pursue. Women are often drawn toward what feels uncertain, what feels challenging. Not because they are shallow, but because attraction in the feminine mind often grows through tension and mystery. Security can feel like friendship. Uncertainty can feel like desire. So while you were being a good man, loyal, honest, supportive, caring, she felt safe. But she did not feel the emotional tension that creates excitement. She did not feel the spark, the pull, the edge, and little by little she drifted, maybe toward someone else, maybe just away from you. Either way, the result was the same. You became less important, less central, less needed, and you felt it. You felt her pulling away, so you tried harder. You gave more. You showed up even more. And that only made it worse, because the more you chased, the more she ran. Not always consciously, but energetically. She could not respect what she never had to work for. She could not desire what was always within reach. So eventually you stopped. Not because you stopped caring, but because you could not keep breaking yourself for someone who could not see your value. You walked away. And that is when everything changed. Suddenly, she notices the silence. She notices your name no longer showing up on her phone. She notices your energy is missing from her life. At first, she may feel relief. She may feel free. She may even think this is exactly what she wanted. But then the days pass, then the weeks pass, and something starts to appear. Something she did not expect. Emptiness. Because you were not just a boyfriend, you were her emotional support, her safe place, her constant. You were the one who listened when no one else did, the one who cared when everyone else was too busy, the one who truly saw her even when she could not see herself. And now that is gone. She starts remembering the small things, the way you checked in, the way you noticed her mood before she said a single word, the way you made her feel seen, valued, and important. Then she starts comparing. Every man she meets now feels different. He is not you. He does not care like you did. He does not show up like you did. He is emotionally unavailable, inconsistent, selfish, distracted. And now she realizes the truth. You were different. But now it is too late, because you are not coming back as the same man. You have moved on, not from hate, not from revenge, but from self-respect. You learned the lesson. You cannot love someone into loving you back. You cannot force someone to recognize your value. They either see it or they do not. And if they do not, that is not your burden to carry. This is where most men get stuck. They think, if I just wait long enough, she'll come back, she'll apologize, she'll realize what she did. And maybe she will. Maybe she reaches out. Maybe she tells you she was wrong. Maybe she says she misses you and wants another chance. But here's the question you need to ask yourself. Do you still want her? Because the man she left is not the man she is trying to return to. You have changed. You have grown. You have rebuilt yourself. You have learned how to stand alone. The version of you that needed her is gone. You had to let that version die. Not because loving her was weak, but because losing yourself in that love was. Real strength is not becoming cold. Real strength is not shutting down your heart. Real strength is knowing your worth, even when she does not. It is walking away, even when it hurts. It is choosing yourself, even while love still exists. Because love without respect is torture. And she did not respect you when it mattered most. Now let's go deeper. Why does she only realize your value after you are gone? Because women often process emotions differently than men. Men usually feel in the moment. Women often feel more deeply in reflection. When you were there, She was living inside comfort. And comfort does not create emotional intensity. It creates numbness. She was not thinking about losing you because losing you did not feel real. You were always there. But absence creates contrast. Contrast creates clarity. And clarity creates regret. Now she can see what she had. Now she can feel what she lost. Now she understands that good men are rare. Men who truly care are rare. Men who stay, who fight, who love deeply, those men are rare. And she let one go. But here is the brutal truth. Her realization does not obligate you to return. Her regret does not erase the pain. Her apology does not undo the disrespect. And her desire to come back does not mean you should let her back in. Some doors once closed should stay closed, not because of bitterness, because of wisdom. You deserve someone who sees your value while you are still there, not only after you are gone. You deserve someone who chooses you when things are easy and when things are hard. You deserve someone who does not need to lose you before learning how to appreciate you. And if she was not that person, then she is not your person. This is about reclaiming your masculine frame, your center, your peace. For too long, you gave your power away. You made her the source of your happiness. You made her the center of your world. And when she left, your world collapsed. But that collapse was necessary. It forced you to rebuild. It forced you to find yourself again. And now you are stronger, clearer, more grounded. You no longer need her validation. You no longer need her love to feel whole. You have learned that your value does not come from being chosen. It comes from choosing yourself. And that shift changes everything. That is the shift that transforms your life. That is the shift that makes you unforgettable. Because the truth is, she will never fully forget you. She will compare other men to you. She will wonder what you are doing, who you are with, whether you ever think about her. And the answer becomes less and less because now you are building a life that does not revolve around her, a life bigger than heartbreak, a life built on purpose. And purpose is what makes a man truly attractive. Not looks, not money, not status, purpose, direction, mission. When a man knows where he's going, he does not need a woman to complete him. He invites her to walk beside him. That is the energy women cannot resist. That is the energy she feels now that you are gone. That is the energy she lost. So what do you do if she comes back? You listen, you stay calm, you do not react emotionally. Then you ask yourself one question. Is this the woman I want to build with? Or is this the woman I needed to lose to become who I am now? Be honest, because sometimes the answer is the second one. And that is okay. Letting go does not mean you never loved her. It means you finally loved yourself more. And that is not selfish. That is survival. That is growth. That is maturity. You can honor what you had and still walk away from what no longer serves your life. That is the mark of a man who has done the work, a man who has faced himself, a man who has chosen peace over attachment. That man does not need closure. He creates it. He does not wait for apologies. He moves forward anyway. He does not sit around hoping she realizes his worth. He knows it himself. And when you know it, everything changes. You stop seeking. You stop chasing. You stop hoping. You start living. You start building. You start attracting. Not because you are trying to impress anyone, but because you are aligned with your truth, your power, your mission. Women feel that, they sense it, they are drawn to it. And ironically, the moment you stop needing her is often the moment she wants you the most. But by then, you are no longer interested in games. You are focused on building a life. And if she cannot add to that life, she has no place in it. So let her realize what she lost. Let her feel the regret. Let her miss you. You do not need to rub it in. You do not need to prove anything. Your silence says enough. Your absence says more than your words ever could. You have already won, not because she is suffering, but because you are free. And freedom is real power. Freedom from needing her approval. Freedom from needing her love. Freedom from needing her to validate your worth. You are enough. You always were. She just could not see it, and that is her loss, not yours. Walk forward, King. Build your empire. Protect your peace. Choose yourself every single day. And when the right woman comes, she will not make you question your value. She will add to it. She will see you. She will choose you. And she will never take you for granted. Until then, stay strong, stay grounded, stay focused. Your best days are still ahead of you. If this message hit you, subscribe. We are building a community of men who refuse to settle, men who choose themselves, men who know their worth. Join us.